Round 7 of the World Speedway Championship went to southern Sweden and Malilla, the G&B Arena, home of Dakarna in the Swedish League. A terrific crowd, a packed house in the Swedish sunshine. Riders warmed up in the pits before the meeting with plenty at stake. Greg Hancock, with a 22-point lead in the World Championship, needed a big night. Early on though, conditions were unpredictable and choppy. Plenty of grip on the track surface, the riders had to attack it, and those that did got success, including home favourite Andreas Jonsson. But it was difficult for riders like Thomas Golub. He struggled, the World Championship leader, but Hampel started to look good. His fellow Pole, very impressive. Drama and controversy, Thomas Jonasson and Emil Seifudenhoff came down, and it was Jonasson who was excluded, much to the fury of the home supporters. Seifudenhoff came through and battled on, and it was no surprise that he started winning races and headed through to the semi-finals later on in the meeting. As the meeting wore on, the track got a little bit more predictable. It came to the riders, and there was some spectacular, stunning speedway action at high speed. Kalodze felt the force of a loop and fell on his shoulder later on in the meeting, and then there was drama as Pierre was excluded for bringing down Jonasson again in the walls. Lindback involved in a horrific crash as well with Emil Seifudenhoff. Greg Hancock needed the countback at one stage to get into the semi-finals, but then with the result of the last race, Hancock just edged through. Jason Crump was a maximum man from 5 rides going into the semi-finals, but he missed out in that semi. Emil Seifudenhoff looked superb and edged through to the final. Kenneth Pierre in the mix as well with Andreas Jonsson, and a terrific semi-final. Greg Hancock in yellow, the World Championship leader, had to settle for 3rd place. Pierre and Jonsson heading through to the final. Jarek Hampel took gate 4, and what a final! It will go down in Grand Prix history as one of the best. Hampel with that move, taking victory right on the finish line.
Speedway.